Who is your pick to win now? You're locking it in, and you cannot change it.
I'm going to give you 2 picks.
It's only 4 people missing.
Don't follow directions. You have to follow directions. I'm going to give you 4
My
picks.
one to win is Monica.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Survivor penultimate episode recap, the episode before the finale. I am so excited to get into this, talk all things Survivor with all of you, and you know the deal. You can follow me over on Twitter. I'm at Reality Recaps.
Hey everyone, it's John Richardson. Another great episode of Survivor last night. So excited to talk about it with my 2 faves. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter.
Superfan Missy Z, and for once I disagree with John, my Coconut Alliance buddy. I thought Survivor really sucked last night, to be honest with you, but you can find me over on Twitter at MI55Y.
Well, you know what else everybody can find before we get into Survivor really quickly? The link, if they're doing their holiday shopping, over at yourrealityrecaps.com. There's a little Amazon link down there. You click on it. You guys don't pay any more, and it really helps support our shows, as well as thumbs upping and subscribing right here in YouTube really helps us out. And of course, you leave your comments right below this video for us so that you can interact with us on the show. But there's just one more little note, because you guys are all CBS fans. Have you seen our amazing race finale mashup video and exclusive live interviews? People, nowhere else is there live interviews with the cast. And I'd like to say, Missy John, nowhere else does an entire cast play a prank on the public as we got the entire cast of The Amazing Race to do a fake proposal on our show. So, live in person, not audio, not just saying, everyone, you need to go check it out. The links are below this video right now and later, both times. But
now I know what I'm doing later. Jeez, I thought I had a day free.
No.
And I saw it. It's really, really funny. Another good feat, Eric. You did wonderful.
Well, it's
Yay!
all our team. It's all us. It's all of us. It's team. I could not do it without you guys, and it's also very short. It's only like 35 minutes, but it's really funny and a mashup, and you guys will all love it. Okay, so Survivor. Now I think we can officially say, right? Alyssa was right. Womp womp.
I know, poor Hayden, but we're jumping way to the end, of course. We're jumping to the end. We have to talk about my Monica, we know this. No.
All right, we'll go to the beginning. Fine, we'll start at the beginning. I just didn't want to bury the... I would forget. It just popped into my head, and fine. So let's start at the beginning. Go ahead, Missy, go.
Why is it always me?
Ladies
I'm just
first.
going right to... yeah,
Actual
right.
ladies
Hello.
first. With actual lady parts.
Oh, okay.
Go first.
I see.
You don't know me.
Let's go right into the duel. Into the duel. Forget the opening part, because that's all the repeat and a little bit of conversation. But the duel. Again, Katie against her mom, and then Laura. Duel again. I didn't know how Tina was going to play it out. I think Katie actually lost that challenge. I don't think that she threw it. And again, Laura is really good on Redemption Island. And I gotta say, honestly, she's been there twice. So if she was to win Survivor, I wouldn't have a problem with that, because she's really fought her way through. Just saying. But again, emotional for me. I don't know what's going on, but I was sitting there crying at the end. I really did shed some tears with my husband. Like,
Laura
crazy?
is such a beast at Redemption Island. Oh my gosh, she does so good. And Tina, sweet little thing with her precious little face, but she looks like one of those apple faces that have been left out in the sun. Oh, Katie. Oh, Katie.
She is out in the sun.
I finally got a connection in life. But, Katie was just like, oh, it's okay, Mom. Just go ahead and walk through the gate.
Well,
having your mother beat you at a challenge with such an age difference, unfortunately. I mean,
Right?
but again, it made me cry. It really did. I like their bond.
that kind of answers then, I guess, my question that I had for you, Missy. I wanted to know, what was it like for you? I mean, I can't relate what it would be like for this mother-daughter dynamic. But again, let's go back to what I said in the beginning of the season. You're sharing the money.
Right.
It's not like you took it from your daughter, who can never touch that money and will never get any part of it, or vice versa. It's just, hey, Mom, you're clearly doing better. I'm going to push you forward to hopefully win this game. Not like, I beat you and this is horrible. But go ahead, Missy. I'm sorry. Tell me what you...
No, when you tell me that and I hear that, it's great. I mean, I agree with you. But in my heart of hearts, I have a really close bond with my daughter, and there is no way that I would, kill her dream, even though we could share the money, if that was the case. That her
do
dream
we really
was to win
think?
Survivor.
Do we really think it's Katie's dream, though? I mean, as far as enthusiasm level, I don't think it is either.
I don't. But then again, on the flip side, you know what I'm saying. On the flip side, if it was my daughter and as close as I am, there's no way I'd have thrown that challenge. I'd have thrown it.
Now, if it was me and if it was me and my mother and we couldn't share the money, and I was Katie looking over, I would just pull out a bow and arrow and just start shooting her in the leg to win and beat her.
Well, you are an Indian.
Tribal elder.
No, people, you're both enraging me now with your stupid coconut alliance. What dream? What dream? Katie, hey, Katie, when you're dreaming, you could be dreaming about all the money you're spending when you win $1 million, or you could dream, my mom let me win a challenge on TV. Wah, wah. Well, how about you dream to win the money, honey? Honey, Katie. Katie.
Yeah. She needed to try harder. Mm-hmm. This whole game, she needed to try harder. She's just never been in a position where she could, I think. I don't think that we've seen the last of Katie. I'd like to see more. She's too laid back for me.
Well, we're seeing her hair clean and brushed on the jury, so.
Oh, we'll go there later. Definitely. Wow.
Oh, yes. So, I mean, and I also agree with you, Missy, and you guys all comment below and let us know what you think. Are you thinking Laura deserves to win right now? I agree with Missy. I think she's being a powerhouse in this game. She's flying through these redemptions. I think she deserves to win if she makes it to the end, although I hate to say anybody deserves anything in a reality TV show, but whatever. Sure, Laura doing amazing. So, I mean, anything else? She gave, Laura gave Ciera the clue, and Ciera took it. And I think we also got our answer to last week, where everybody said, if they have the clue but somebody already found it, does that mean there's another idol in play? And I guess there's not.
There's not. No.
I didn't know that.
No, there's not, because the clue, I mean, when they went back to camp, then Ciera read the clue to Hayden. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, she read the clue to Jervis and Tyson as well. Mm-hmm. So, but this time she just shared the clue with Hayden, again a little too late. But we see Hayden looking for that idol up in the tree. I mean, he knows where it's at, and I think it was all production, to be quite honest with you. And Monica starts strolling by, and she's like, "Hey, Hayden." He's like, "Hey, just hanging out in trees." Yeah, because that's what you do in Survivor. But to make a long story short, that brings us to the point to where Monica goes back to Jervis and Tyson, we have to find this idol, and Tyson comes clean that he has the idol.
Yeah.
I can't believe he told them. He's like, Monica, just relax, you can sleep tonight. I have the idol. Because they're 3-person alliance. So she feels like she has that idol because Tyson has that idol, which is crazy. I don't know. I don't know what it told.
I don't know. And I thought that which kind of segues a little bit into then now Ciera and Hayden plotting together to figure out how to make this wedge. And P.S. Ciera, love you this episode. Hated you the past too. Back on Team Ciera this episode. So right, like Missy said, Monica finds out that he has the idol. There must not have been that much discussion about it because I missed it. So then Hayden and Ciera plot, and they want to turn Monica against the other two. Now, this is kind of ongoing all episode, but what did you think of that, Missy, John? Because I have some feelings which are going to surprise you. So first, you tell me what you guys think of the whole Monica trying to be turned against Tyson and Jervis. Go ahead, Missy.
I think that they did it wrong. Again, I think Ciera did it wrong. I mean, you're grasping at straws, and you can tell when she says puppy dog and leash, and you know, she used too strong words. What she should have done is, I don't want to tell you, Monica, because I don't want to hurt you, and you're gonna see it all for yourself. You know, she could have played it up a little bit more. I think she came out a little too harsh, even though it hurt Monica's feelings a little bit. But I thought that was dumb. But again, they're grasping at straws. What else can you do when you're 2 against 3?
Well,
John.
I mean, if you really look at the numbers, I mean, whether Monica voted with Hayden and Ciera or Jervis and Tyson, she's still number 3.
Yep.
You know, it's not going to really help her. I mean, she's going to be in 3rd place. So
He didn't rustle any feathers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hayden.
Exactly.
That is exactly what I said. As much as I am getting on Team Monica, loved Monica this episode, and I was really annoyed as I was watching it. I was like, I cannot believe she is not going with Hayden. This is absolutely ridiculous. And then after the show was over, I was like, yeah, you know what? Actually, that was the right move. I don't think I would have either. Why would I move over to a new group of 2 instead of sticking with the group of 2 I've been with the whole time? And she also made a really good argument, which I think one of the stupidest moves in Survivor history is, why would they have then went to Rocks last week and left it randomly up to chance to being voted out of this game? They could have easily just went against me right then.
Again, I ask myself, again, the same as you, Eric, about Monica, you know, at the end, what should she have done? Should she have sided with Hayden and Ciera, or should she have stayed with her original alliance? But here's the problem I have. Monica, when they saw her sitting down on the beach with Ciera and they were talking, Monica could have went back and said, Tyson, they're gunning for you. I know you have the idol. She could have totally flipped the script on this season where he'd have played his idol, and she probably wouldn't even voted. She wouldn't have voted and said, I just wanted you to play it. That way we're all on a level playing field.
Oh, now that is a good point.
Missy, very good.
That is a good.
But she could have. She could have forced him, and and he could have played it, and then they could have been level. Monica, you're a smart cookie, and you're a beast. But God, you had to think just a little bit further. Just saying.
Well, maybe she did. I mean, that's the thing. So
yeah, we don't know.
She could have. See, I don't think she had that conversation. I think, after now watching the episode, that she went right back and told him everything. I think everybody knows everything that's happening before they even get into Tribal. So I think they knew exactly what Hayden and Ciera were planning and all that beforehand. But that's a very good point. You guys comment below and let us know what you all think of it. So, basically... Oh, I forgot to say, what about Tina and Laura telling Hayden, you need to win immunity? And I thought that was very telling as well. And Tyson and Jervis sitting up there at this point must be thinking, we either need to get out everybody that is likable and just leave it be us, or we have no chance to win this game. You're not one person that likes them left at all.
Again, it put that target where it already is, but didn't need to be, so, put out there. Again, leave it be. Don't say anything. I think the best rule in Survivor is actually to stay quiet. Play your own game.
Monica.
Hey, Coconut Alliance, knock it off. But we had the immunity challenge last night, too.
Right.
I've never seen so many letters to try to put together in a puzzle for a long time, honestly. But the immunity challenge is a lot of fun to watch because, you want to know who wanted it so badly. And you can tell. You can tell. And I really would like to ask Hayden. I don't know why I don't. Is he friends with Tyson now? I don't know. Because they seem like they don't mesh at all. Not even in the game. And I'm not thinking outside of the game either. Because I think actually Tyson might be playing the game like he really is in real life. Not fake life, but you know what I mean, without the game. So I don't know. I'd like to know, but you can tell those two really wanted it. Took us to the immunity challenge. Ciera comes in last, and voila, she wins. Are you kidding me? I don't know. Sometimes I like Ciera, and then I cannot stand her.
We have to
There's something
remember
about it.
that Ciera is Laura's daughter, and it might not be clicking all the time, but when it clicks, oh my God, she does amazing, right?
Right. She comes up from behind like a turtle. Are you kidding?
Like a turtle.
Oh, how you doing?
Like a turtle.
Oh, coming up from behind. How you doing?
First, I just want to say to your point, Missy, I agree with you. I think there is this weird dynamic of all of them, like kind of how when they came back to the beach and all of a sudden it was like Hayden and Ciera just forced this move that took their 1 in 6 chance at $1 million and put it to picking a rock out of a bag. And everybody just seemed fine with it. And it was just kind of like, oh, well, this is the game. This is what you do. That's the moves you make. Oh, well. It's very a weird dynamic how none of them seemed to care. But now going back to the immunity challenge, I loved it. Brilliant editing, CBS, when it was like, you're going to have to die. I would have... I know we're playing for $1 million almost for the joke, just to hear Jeff say, my #1 phrase is, you're gonna have to die. I almost would have just put that down and been like, I'm ready, Jeff. I'm ready. Read it. Read it.
I've said it a lot of times. It's a phrase.
You know, again, moving on to now to, sorry to keep you guys moving on, but moving on to Tribal, I was really mad at Jeff last night because he gave every scenario and called out every single thing possible. Again, he just needs, and he's trying to, it was a long tribal, and he's still at it. Well, Monica, if Hayden, and if this, and if that, don't tell them the scenario. You're helping them. Stop helping in making the decisions.
I think Jeff
needs to stop.
Jeff needs to play Survivor. Just shut up.
Well, it becomes the problem because he's host and he's producer. So I know how that goes. Like, I know that we're doing a show and it's all supposed to be equal right now, but I also know that you two are in a coconut alliance, so I could technically say something that could turn John against Missy, thus making the production value of this show be better. So, you know,
go ahead and try.
Jeff is always playing. John is starting rumors about you on Twitter. I understand. John's not people, in case you don't understand. This is a joke. I think it's ridiculous that Jeff gets to be host and executive producer for this exact reason. I think he gives out too much information, and it screws with people's games. I think it screws with people's games, and it's not. I don't even know how it's allowed with standards and practices, honestly.
I only really noticed it like in the last few years he's been doing this, and I think because he got the talk show that got canceled, he's so used to talking now and really opening up. Now all of a sudden it's like he's opening up too much, right? Mm-hmm. Which I watched the show, by the way, Jeff. I like that.
Which is our opinion, and in no way reflects the values of CBS brand or products, which, by the way, we all love.
I do. I love CBS. CBS is on my TV more than anything else, to be quite honest with you. So it's not even about that. It's about calling a spade a spade.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome.
I was saying we have a whole entire show built around it right here. Many of them. We love you, CBS. Don't hate us. So yeah, it all comes basically down to Hayden and Ciera trying to pull over Monica. Dolphin poet Melissa, who blogs for Survivor over on yourrealityrecaps.com, says, I wish Monica had flipped the script last night. So do we, Melissa. It was so sad because she didn't. And then why did she sit there with like her head in her hands after like she was so upset?
Yeah, again, she's a good actress as well. She really is, because I really thought that she would flip. I mean, they got her. They got to the core of her. Brad's going to be so proud of you right now. Your family's going to be cheering. They're all going to know. And wow. Why didn't she flip? Like I said, I don't know if it was a good time or not a good time. There's still more time in the game. I know Sunday's the finale for all of us to watch. There is more time in the game, and if she thinks that she can beat Tyson in the end with the jury, it depends how the jury's going to vote. But she's not going to get there because of Jervis.
Listen,
I really don't think she should get there.
I was all for Monica not going with her original alliance because it's not going to ruffle feathers. But Missy, Missy.
Yes.
Your strategy with getting rid of the idol and putting everybody on an equal playing field, that is what she should have done. I am 1,000% with you on
If
that.
she'd have done
That would
that,
have been
if
awesome.
she'd have done that and she got to the final 2, she'd have had every jury vote.
Absolutely. You're reading my mind.
Yeah.
You.
Hello. And if Hayden would have sprouted wings and been able to fly, he would have made it to the final 2 too. But shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't.
Yeah, well, if Hayden would have played like he's played the past 2 weeks, if he'd have started playing Survivor this way, Hayden wouldn't have went home last night.
True.
This is true as well. And to your point about Ciera and laying it on, her problem is she either laid it on too obviously fake or then way too strong. Just, I don't know, something about the conversation, it would have been so noticeable to me that she's just pulling it out of her ass. I just want you to know that they're talking about you, or your whole family is going to hate you.
He should have pulled more of the female card. She really should have. There's that way. Monica, besides Monica, I love you, but you're his puppet. You're his puppy dog. You're his, you should have been like, Monica, when you go home, it's going to be so bad because everything that I'm telling you, everybody knows. I'm not pulling no wools over your eyes. This is girl power here. You have to do this. If you don't do this, you're going to kick yourself in the ass. You're going to live the rest of your life growing old knitting, and you're going to feel hard. I mean, you just lay it on.
Look,
and she just did it.
She might grow old knitting, but she's going to look fabulous doing it.
Better be careful one of those needles don't get stuck on the vein. John W's, just before we go too far away from it, says, I think Probst is totally rigging this season for Tyson. He likes to see returning players have a transforming over seasons. So annoying.
Well, here's the deal. In all honesty, I can actually justify why everyone who is left in the game, why they should or could win, how they deserve to win. Everybody except for Jarvis. Monica could win, Laura could win, Ciera could even win. I mean, she's been an underdog and she's always on top, honestly. But I can justify every move that they've made to bring them to the end to justify why they could win Survivor. The only person I can't justify is Jarvis. If I had to give him anything to say, okay, he deserves the money, is his loyalty that he never swayed from his alliance with Tyson from day one. They've been drinking that coconut milk together and drying out the coconuts without anybody knowing. So, I mean, but that's the only thing Jarvis has, I feel, in the game that could say, this is why he's deserving, because not once has he swayed. Well, but everyone else has made a move.
I mean, he's stuck with his alliance, but what moves has he really done besides shoot his mouth off? So, yeah, maybe Tyson wants to sit in the final 2 with him because Tyson can sit there and say, look what I've done, and I've been a white devil, and I've done this and that. But, what has Jarvis really done?
Well, unlike
nothing except for yell.
Unlike
Jarvis has done nothing but yell at Hayden. So, and I mean big time where Hayden has to shut him down a little bit. So,
yeah. So, unlike you two racists, I am so for Jarvis winning this season. I Jarvis. Support you completely.
Make me say things.
See, terrible. Producer and toast.
I'm just a puppet. I'm just a puppet at your reality recaps.
I'm not controlling the words coming out of my mouth. Okay, so is there anything else that you guys, or you know what? Forget about that. I think we've talked it all to death. Let's put in our picks for win now. However, I just want to let everybody know we are going to be in our Z-Box room for the Survivor finale. I will be in for East Coast. John, are you going to be in for West Coast?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got both coasts covered. Missy might be, might not be. She, like Tina and Laura, is a mom and has family. That need dinner. That's okay.
I'll be watching it.
She will be watching
but not with my laptop.
Well, you tweet sometimes during it. So my point is we will be in the Z-Box room, East and West Coast, and then our live recap show will be the next day, Monday, at 3 p.m. Eastern, right back here. Me, Missy, John, talking all about Survivor finale. Okay, so who is your pick to win now? You're locking it in, and you cannot change it. I am going to go with Monica. Unless you are, Missy, that I'm not. But go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2 picks, and I know it's not fair. My want to win.
There's only 4 people missing. There's only 4 people.
You have to follow directions. I'm going to give you 4 picks.
My want to win is Monica. My want to win is Monica. I think Tyson is going to win. Rat. Jesus.
Okay, so we are locking you in for Tyson, but we understand you want Monica. And I have locked in Monica. Go ahead, John.
You know what? I am going to go with Laura.
Laura? I knew it! How did I know you were going to say Laura? I knew you were going to say Laura.
I agree with your pick with Tyson. I agree with your pick with Tyson. I agree with all the big moves. But, man, Laura has done so well on Redemption. I know she's coming back in the game. And my fingers are crossed. I think that she, I want her to win.
Real quick.
You have another pick, Missy?
I've watched Survivor a couple seasons, not every season, so I know we're going to finale on Sunday. Do the jurors vote on Sunday, or have they already voted?
They already voted. They all, like, when they're filming it,
right.
I think we're allowed to say this, they did it all whenever they shot this season, and then Jeff, closes the bucket, and then the votes are basically put in a vault. Yes. And as it was told to me by previous survivors, they already know who won. Of course, the whole cast is talking to each other about who they voted for in the year and a half in between this show, because they filmed Survivor seasons back to back. So it could honestly be almost a year and a half from when you film something to when it's being aired on TV.
Right.
It's a long time to wait for your money.
Yep.
Vetus has a lot to say on Twitter last night. I was kind of surprised, which, and again, what about Hayden telling Katie how beautiful she looked? We didn't go there.
Which has been his downfall. I think it's hilarious. Jervis is loud on Twitter. He's loud on Survivor.
I was like, wait, when Hayden told Kat how beautiful she looked yesterday, did anybody see that besides
he
me?
Couldn't. He was just like the Cheshire Cat in Wonderland, huh? Just And there's Katie with her blonde hair. Hey, I'm mature now.
Yeah,
I'm mature.
like a Rapunzel. I just wonder what Kat thought. I wonder if Hayden said, "Hey, by the way, when I saw Katie, I told her, wow, you look beautiful." I'm just saying.
I don't think Kat has anything to worry about with Katie. I think Hayden is super nice. As I can't even be mean to hate this, much I want to be rip into him, but I just can't. I like Hayden. I think he's an all-around good person. I think he plays games good and loyalty, and not maybe even to his own detriment.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. It's always fun to talk about Survivor and our picks and our strategies. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter.
Once again, closing out, want to say thank you for watching. Enjoy your opinions. I'm not John in drag today, but maybe on Monday. Thanks for leaving your comments, and go Monica.
I'm going to be Missy on the next episode. You can be John. Just put on a polo and put your hair in a ponytail.
I read everything.
That would definitely be a really good blind side. So, once again, yes, everybody, use that link on yourrealityrecaps.com. Click on it, do your holiday shopping for Amazon. You don't pay any more, we get a little bit back. Thumbs up and subscribe to this video, and leave your comments and questions below for the edited show. John and I, and even Missy sometimes too, we're all interacting with you. It is so much fun even after the show. And, of course, we will be live on Monday after the finale, right back here, taking all of your questions, talking about the show. And hey, by the way, all of you Hayden, Monica fans, you're also going to want to check out yourrealityrecaps.com/live show, because they might just be on our holiday spectacular later this month. More details on that later. We will see you guys all soon. Or Saturday night for Reality Check, 7 p.m. Gonna be talking Bravo shows and stuff and holiday. It's our behind the scenes vibe.